The wait is over. We got a micro short course truck to check out. How's it going, everyone? Greg here with RC Driver, and if you're a Maverick Microbe fan, you definitely want to stick around for this entire video. We're going to go over the new Microbe short course Flux here. It's brushless powered out of the box. It has a lot of the same DNA as the buggy, which is a really popular micro buggy for the price. And I got to race this at the Mini Nationals. It was a lot of fun, but before we get into that, you're gonna see that footage later on in the video. Let's get this out of the box so I can show you everything that it comes with. You get the assembled truck. This one's used because I ran it at the Nationals. You get the 2.4 gig radio system, and it's got all your basic trim functions that you're gonna need: steering trim, throttle trim, dual rate, and a couple of dip switches up top, reversing switches, a couple of information booklets here, quick start guide, electronics, and then a full-blown manual for it. You get a USB charger and a spare set of gears. Well, actually it's gears so you can go change the gear ratio, and a lot of people were doing that at the Nationals, putting the large pinion gear on. Let's get into this truck now. So it's not just the micro buggy with a short course body on it. They've made some changes, obviously. So first up, you got this cool looking short course body. It's available in a couple different colors. It does have decals for windows, but hey, at least they painted the bed black for us. And out on the track, it worked really well. Now to pull the body off, you got these two body clips in the back. Slide that out. Pop the body up, slide it forward, and it has this little clip that slips into the shock tower. Now I went and put some Velcro on the bottom of mine, but the reason why I did that is because when we were nosediving into some of the landings, the body would slide forward and pop up. Another thing that guys were doing was actually heating this up and putting a little more of a bend into it, so it just secured it better, but that was the only issue we were having with the truck, but definitely like the body on it. So here is the chassis, and you can see it's a bit longer than the buggy. Let me grab the buggy to show you guys. So there's the wheelbase difference, just a little visual, and still has that gray anodized to it. You can see that it's got sliding battery limiters in it, so you can adjust the weight bias. That's very cool. Everything is countersunk, and then the nose plate is composite. You can see the transmission drops down through the bottom here to lower the CG, and that's why this platform handles so well. Then you got the side guards, the front stiffening brace for the front bulkhead and shock tower area. Cool looking short course bumpers, both front and rear, and these are very durable. We were flipping these things over some of the jumps. We're pushing them to the limits, but these things held up really well. You can see it's got the same style of battery release. You got these two little tabs on the side. You just twist those out, pop up the battery tray, and you can access the battery really easily in there. And you could probably stuff something a bit larger in there if you want some longer run times, but easy battery access in this. There's a servo mounted up front, and I'll just tell you about the steering really quick. So they updated the steering on this. This truck has a couple of updates over the buggy, and one of them is they've raised up the link point on this so it doesn't pop off. So that is a nice welcome fix to it. Getting into the suspension, so they have longer travel shocks on this, and you can see the longer tower. It's got the same suspension arms as the buggy, lower mounts and everything. That's all proven stuff. It has the fixed links, and I do like that it has the metal pivot balls and pretty heavy duty steering knuckles. Bearings are located in the steering carriers, and on all four corners we have these pin spike tires, and you can see there's a little bit of gunk on mine. That's because I had glued some tape down to the outside just to reduce some of that side bite going into the corners. On carpet, it would want to catch and basically flip over, but once I add a little tape and glue, that just cut away that over aggressive steering, and I pulled it off since then because I'm just going to go have fun with the truck now. And, cool looking wheels. I don't know if that screams short course to me, but definitely like the spike style. So over here to the transmission, still has the gear differential in there. From what I gather, they changed up the idler gear in here so it doesn't have that catch that added a little bit of drag to the transmission, so that was fixed. And then they went with a larger motor plate. I guess when guys are jumping these things, the motor weight would tweak the motor plate and bend it a little bit, and they've gone ahead and fixed that problem. The only problem that they didn't fix was the wheel hexes. They have the little tab on them, and if you tighten down the wheel too much, it pushes onto the bearings too much on the inside and locks up the wheel. So you go and cut those little tabs off the wheel hexes if you want. It gets rid of the problem, but unfortunately they didn't fix that from the factory. It does have steel dog bones. Then into the electronics, you got a micro servo up front for the steering, and it does have a servo saver built in. and then you have your ESC receiver combo, except the ESC doesn't work in this one because it's set up for a brush model. They're just using this for the receiver, and as you can see, it's got plugs coming out, so you go plug in your electronics like your servo and the other speed controller, which is this here. This is the brushless speed controller, the Flux setup. And then for the motor, it's an 8,000 kV. So it's gonna give this thing plenty of rip up to 19 miles an hour with the stock battery pack, which is, again is included, 350 milliamp 2S LiPo pack. And yeah, proved to be a really solid truck. I had a lot of fun with them. My other complaint with this was the pinion gear. When I went to press on the largest pinion gear for the big track we were running on, again, it split on me, and that caused me not to be able to run as fast as some of the other guys out there. So you're gonna see some racing footage from the main, and yeah, a little bit slow, but you're gonna see how well the car or truck handles. And guys, don't count out the brushed version of this. We were actually all really impressed with how the brush version handled. I think it would be an awesome spec class, but check that out too if you want to save a few bucks and still have a great performing micro short course truck. All right, guys, check out the A-Main action. And again, the truck is pretty smooth. Over the big jumps, flat landing, it would bounce up a bit. So it could probably use a little bit of tweak to the oils. Steering, it had gobs of steering. And for, again, the pinion I had in there, this thing's got plenty of power. By the end of the video, if you have to have one, I'll have links in the video description below.
Again, drivers, good luck. At the top. Let's go to work.
So much motor on the straightaway.
Showcasing it, man. It's not for children. Thank you, buddy.
Ball five. We got Greg on top, followed by Dan, followed by Jeff, Dean, Josh, Bart.
After 1 minute.
Looks like Bradley, his transponder went sound, but he's out there running laps.
Daniel Hines.
He's gonna let the world know how cool these cars really are.
Oh, traction roll.
14 lap 509.2 pace.
All right, don't worry about it. It's a go-kart. I can't stay on the job. Oh, great.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are Jeff Lazazara with a 14 lap 504.1 pace, Greg Vogel with a 14 lap 505.3 pace, and Daniel Hines with a 14 lap 509 flat pace.
You want to get me? No, all right. That's what I thought.
Did you crash already?
Seconds, kept trying to close it out, having quite the weekend. Dan about a second behind, Greg in third. We got Dean, Bart, Josh, bring it home. 15 seconds. It's gonna be the brush version coming up. Did I just hear somebody say, oh? I know, pretty much sums up. Bring it home, guys. Bring it home.
Oh, no, middle.
In the middle. Yep. Thank you, thank you.
Daniel Hines done with the 14
Good
lap
race.
504.9 result. Jeff Lazar done with the 14 lap 507.2 result.
Dan at the end, we'll take it down, Jeff. We'll survive second. Just waiting for Greg to make it official. It was bargained for. Dan and Fit, Josh in.